Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you or a loved one rely on a disabled parking placard, you already know it's absolutely vital. It is literally your ticket to mobility, accessibility, and most importantly, independence. Today, we're going to take the potentially confusing, bureaucratic maze of renewing your Indiana placard and turn it into a total breeze. We're breaking it down step by step so you can keep those parking privileges active without missing a single beat.
Think about it. That little placard hanging from your rearview mirror, it's the difference between a quick, simple trip to the grocery store and an exhausting, painful ordeal. But letting that placard expire? Oh man, that is a massive headache. You're looking at potential parking tickets or just completely losing your access, and it's so easily avoidable. So take a quick peek. Is your expiration date creeping up on you? Let's make absolutely sure you're prepared.
So, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to quickly cover placard benefits and eligibility, preparing your application form, the step-by-step renewal process, fees and submission options, troubleshooting and common questions, and wrap up with some final tips and a disclaimer.
All right, diving right in. Section 1, Placard Benefits and Eligibility. At its core, an Indiana Disability Parking Placard is a formal, state-issued credential. It gives privileged parking access to individuals with medically verified mobility limitations. But you know it's not just a piece of plastic, right? It's a crucial tool for managing your mobility, reducing physical stress, and just navigating safely through crowded public areas.
Now, you might be wondering, what exactly qualifies someone for this? Well, Indiana law is pretty specific. You're eligible if you literally cannot walk 200 feet without needing to stop and rest, or if you require an assistive device, like a wheelchair, a walker, or crutches. Eligibility also kicks in if you've lost the use of one or both legs, have severe pulmonary or cardiovascular issues, deal with specific arthritic, orthopedic, or neurological impairments, or if you're permanently visually impaired.
Okay, this is super important. Knowing which type of placard you hold dictates both your timeline and your wallet. A permanent placard is valid for 4 years, it's totally free, no state fee at all, and you renew it on your 4th birthday after it was issued. On the flip side, a temporary placard is valid for up to 6 months or until a specific date your doctor chooses. That one has a $5 fee, and you only renew it if your medical condition persists past that expiration date.
Moving right along to Section 2, Preparing your application form.
All right, let's talk paperwork. Every official renewal starts with the Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles, the good old BMV. The specific magic piece of paper you need to keep your privileges going is State Form 40207. Just a pro tip here, always make sure you're using the most current official version of the form provided by the state. You'll know it by the official state seal at the top.
I know forms can cause a bit of anxiety, so let's demystify it. Form 42070 is actually a really straightforward 2-page document. Page 1? That's just your basic applicant information, name, address, that sort of thing. Page 2 is where the magic happens. That's Section 4, the Healthcare Provider Certification. That specific section absolutely must be completed correctly to get your renewal green-lit.
And you can't just have your best friend vouch for your mobility, right? The BMV strictly requires authorization from specific licensed healthcare professionals for that Section 4 we just talked about. This includes a physician with a valid unrestricted license, an advanced practice nurse, a chiropractor, or a podiatrist. Or, if your qualification is for a visual impairment, you'll need an optometrist or an ophthalmologist to sign off.
Actually, scratch that. There is one really important exception to this standard medical certification. If you're a veteran with at least a 50% service-connected disability, and at least 30% of that is related to a mobility impairment, you get to skip Form 42070 altogether. Instead, you'll use Form 32584. You get that certified through the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs to receive a disabled Who's Your Veteran license plate.
Okay, on to Section 3, the step-by-step renewal process.
Let's map out your exact 4-step protocol so you can't miss. Step 1. Download or pick up State Form 4270. Step 2. Have your authorized medical certifier fill out and sign Section 4. Step 3. Get your correct fees ready. Remember, $5 for temporary, completely free for permanent. And Step 4. Submit that completed application directly to the BMV. If you just follow those 4 steps in order, you're golden.
And hey, check out this fantastic modern convenience. Did you know you might be able to skip the germy doctor's waiting room entirely? Telehealth services, places like Handicap MD or Parking MD, actually let you complete the medical evaluation and get that required doctor signature on Form 4207 over a simple phone or video call. If you're looking for efficiency, this is an absolute game changer. It saves so much time and physical strain.
Now, what if you're stepping in to help someone else? This is where a lot of well-meaning folks get tripped up. Parents can sign for minors automatically, no problem. But if you're a caregiver renewing for an adult, you absolutely must provide a copy of your power of attorney or guardianship papers. You also need to include a copy of your own state ID and physically print your relationship, like POA or guardian, right next to your signature on the form. Don't forget this because it's a huge reason applications get rejected.
Section 4. Fees and submission options.
Just to reiterate this one more time because it comes up constantly. $5. That is the cost of a temporary placard. If you're mailing it in, just write a check or get a money order made payable to the BMV. But if you're renewing a permanent placard, put your wallet away. There's absolutely zero state fee for a permanent placard.
So, your form is filled out. How do you actually hand this in? You've got two main options here, basically balancing convenience against speed. You can mail your form and payment off to the Winchester P.O. Box. Super convenient, right? But it does take about 7 to 10 days for processing. If your placard expires tomorrow, the mail is definitely not your best bet. Your other option is to walk into any local BMV branch. Yes, it takes a physical trip, but they hand you your new placard immediately, right there on the same day.
Oh, and I have to share this amazing regional tip. If you happen to live up in northern Indiana, you might be able to bypass the BMV lines entirely. Some of the Clean Air Car Check locations run a drive-through renew program. It's exactly what it sounds like. You just pull up and process your disability placard right from the driver's seat. It's a huge win if you live in their service area.
Moving to Section 5, Troubleshooting and Common Questions.
Let's run through some rapid-fire, high-value rules to keep you out of trouble in the real world. First, yes, a doctor can deny your application if you don't meet the state's strict criteria. Got visiting family? Good news, out-of-state placards are fully honored in Indiana. But listen to this one. Having a placard does not automatically guarantee you free meter parking. You always have to check the local city signs. When you are parked, make sure that placard is hanging clearly from your rearview mirror or sitting visibly on your dashboard. And lastly, do not mess around with the rules. Abusing the system or lying on an application is a Class C misdemeanor, and that carries some very real legal penalties.
And finally, Section 6, Final Tips and Disclaimer.
Okay, we all know how bureaucracy works. It's always changing. So, my biggest disclaimer for you is this. Always, always verify current forms, fees, and procedures directly with the Indiana BMV at in.gov before you actually apply. Mailing addresses shift, exact fees update, and administrative rules evolve. Taking 2 minutes to check the official state website ensures you have a totally flawless, delay-free experience. Well, we've covered the whole shebang today, from downloading your forms to getting that doctor's signature and figuring out exactly how to submit it all. So I'll leave you with a quick question to think about. Who else in your life might need this explainer? Is it an aging parent, a busy caregiver, or maybe just a friend who absolutely dreads dealing with BMV paperwork? Do them a favor and share this structured guide with them so they can maintain their vital parking privileges without the stress. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep learning.